Demand for the Ethereum network is blowing up right now. The prices run up like crazy. We're seeing a huge frenzy in this DeFi explosion. And so many people are trying to accumulate 32 Ether before Ethereum 2.0's launch. And so many people are saying, like, when's it going to get here? All right. This is a hotly debated topic. Lots of people are impatient waiting for Ethereum 2.0 to come out. Well, I think that we're going to see Ethereum 2.0 roll out this year in 2020. And I'm going to tell you why I think that as a blockchain developer who works with the Ethereum protocol on a daily basis. So before we get into that, if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory. And on this channel, I turn you into a blockchain master. So if that's something that you're interested in, smash the like button down below and subscribe. And if you want to learn how to master blockchain step by step from start to finish, then head on over to dappuniversity.com/bootcamp to get started today. And last but not least, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy Ethereum. This is just where I think this space is headed. All right. I could be wrong, but time will tell. All right. So with that being said, let's get started. Ethereum 2.0 is going to be one of the biggest leaps forward for blockchain technology in a long time. And for this reason, it's one of the most anticipated events in this whole space. Okay. This is where Ethereum becomes ready for prime time. It becomes highly scalable, has a lot faster transaction times, and it's ready for mainstream adoption. And we're seeing a ton of demand for the Ethereum network right now with the DeFi craze that's going on. So many new tokens and liquidity mining projects are being launched even just this week at the time I record this video. And this has created huge demand for Ethereum because everybody wants to get in on this action, a lot like the big ICO boom that happened in 2017. And this has totally congested the Ethereum network. We've seen gas prices soar, which basically means that it's more expensive to use the Ethereum network right now than it pretty much ever has been. And some people are worried that this leaves space for a competitor to come in and take market share because they think Ethereum has failed in this regard. But I don't personally think that's going to happen anytime soon. And I'll tell you why later at the end of this video. And all that's to say, that we are definitely feeling the pain of Ethereum 1.0 right now. And we really want Ethereum 2.0 to get here as fast as possible. So will that happen in 2020? Well, we've seen the release date, pushed back time and time again, but this time I think it's different. I think that we will see ETH 2.0 launch in 2020. So let me explain what I mean by that. Ethereum 2.0 is going to roll out in multiple phases, okay? And I personally think that we're going to see phase 0 ship in 2020, and it'll take a lot longer for the rest of the phases to roll out, okay? You don't just flip a switch and then automatically turn ETH 2.0 on. There's a migration process. But I personally think that we'll see phase 0 roll out this year. Okay, and let me tell you why. We've already seen multiple announcements throughout this year saying that, hey, ETH 2.0 could probably come in 2020, maybe in 2021. So we're already kind of riding this line of like the end of this year, beginning of next year, which kind of puts it at maybe like a 50-50 chance or maybe like a 60-40 chance weighted in like not coming versus, we're actually releasing. So there's already a reasonable chance, but I think that, the likelihood has shifted way more in favor of it actually launching this year. Okay. And I think the predictions markets reflect that. That's what I'm showing right here on my screen. But here are a few reasons why I think this is now becoming the majority view. I just talked about how the fees on Ethereum are very high. Well, this means that there's a ton of demand for the Ethereum network. Okay. That means that more people are willing to pay to actually send transactions on Ethereum. And when demand surges like this, and if it continues to increase, which it probably will, given the trajectory that we're on, then this creates a powerful incentive for devs to actually ship this project faster. So let me explain why that's the case. So maybe fast forward to like a year ago when we were firmly in the bear market. Okay. Crypto winter, when not that many people are actually watching the Ethereum network. Well, if you're an Ethereum 2.0, core developer and you're working on this, if no one's enthusiastic about what you're building and saying, I need this right now, then like you're probably not going to work as fast as if, people are just saying, give me this right now, like they are at this point in time. And when you see this kind of demand, like it motivates you to move that much faster. You're always kind of caught between like, fast and perfect. Okay. So, realistically speaking with technology, you can never really achieve this. And sure, you could spend 100 years trying to get Ethereum 2.0 before it ships, but it's just not realistic. Okay. So you want to move closer towards this. Now you don't want to go too far, right? You don't want to go so fast that you compromise essential parts of Ethereum 2.0 and, sacrifice its, security and the actual value for the end user. So you got to be somewhere in the middle. And the good news is with this motivation that I'm talking about, I think that you can just naturally move closer towards this fast direction without compromising too much of this. And that's one of the biggest reasons that I think that it'll actually move faster and that we will start to see it roll out in 2020. Okay, so now I want to talk about the gas fees on Ethereum because a lot of people are saying, hey, the gas fees are way too high. The Ethereum network's just too expensive. It's just unusable. And for that reason, somebody's just going to take over Ethereum, right? The Ethereum killer. So I understand this, but I don't think that's going to happen in the short to medium term. Okay. Could someone possibly overtake Ethereum in the long run? Maybe. But I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Okay, here's why. First and foremost, these high gas prices are a sign of demand that people actually want to use Ethereum, and they're going to pay the high gas prices anyway, because they're trying to make profits with, DeFi, using DEXs. They're chasing gains. So they're going to try to spend money to make money. People are already in this state of mind. It just makes sense to, pay fees whenever you make financial transactions. And most of the DeFi activity is happening on top of Ethereum. So where else are they going to go? What else are they going to do, if they're not going to pay these high gas fees? Sure, we're seeing some DeFi activity happen on other chains, but nowhere near to the same volume as we are on top of Ethereum right now. And one of the big false assumptions behind the, Ethereum killer fallacy is that they don't realize how complex it is to actually pull off something like ETH 2.0. They don't fundamentally understand why it takes so long to, ship something like ETH 2.0. They think Vitalik's just sitting there on his laptop, just taking a sweet time, doing DeFi farming. You're going to release Ethereum 2.0 someday. But in reality, there's a massive team of some of the brightest minds on the face of the planet who are, trying to execute this with care. Okay. So some other project isn't just going to reach out and find that same level of talent, to create something like this. Ethereum has a massive amount of momentum. It's got a $50 billion market cap. It's got a ton of dApps with a lot of users every single day, a huge active developer community, developer tools. And that's a gigantic moat for another chain to cross. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen. All right. I'm a total realist, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. And so, until then, we're kind of stuck paying these high gas fees, but, there's real reason to do it. Okay. But there is some hope for these, high fees and the scalability in the more short to midterm. We can get some relief until Ethereum 2.0 fully rolls out, because there are lots of people who are working on, layer 2 scaling solutions. So basically, this is integrating other technology on top of the base layer chain, or just the actual blockchain itself, to help make it faster and also cheaper. We got things like optimistic rollups, all right, which I'm pretty excited about and actually want to experiment more with myself. And I think we'll start seeing these things in real projects really soon. Okay. So there's actually a huge incentive for existing projects to implement this kind of stuff, because it creates a competitive edge. Okay. So if you're a brand new project, not necessarily, because, hey, who doesn't want to just launch their own token, print their own money and instantly blow up overnight like we've seen in the DeFi space. So new projects, that's just what they're going to do. But existing projects have a huge incentive to implement this, because it gives users a reason to use your project instead of somebody else's. Okay. If they can use your project, it's faster and it's cheaper, then that's what they're going to do. Okay. And that puts pressure on other people to implement these kinds of things. And that paves the way for scaling to really take off in the Ethereum ecosystem. So that's probably what's going to happen in the short to midterm, right? And that will hopefully tide us over until, all of Ethereum 2.0 rolls out. All right. So that's all I've got. That's why I think Ethereum 2.0 is going to roll out in 2020. So until then, of course, smash the like button down below. Subscribe to this channel for more updates about Ethereum as this new phase begins to roll out. And if you want to learn how to build your own Ethereum dApps, become a blockchain developer, then head on over to my YouTube homepage. You can find any of my free courses listed there. They're like Udemy courses, but they're totally free. And if you like those and you want to take the next step, or hey, maybe you want to take a massive shortcut, then you can head over to dappuniversity.com/bootcamp to get started today. I can show you how to build a step-by-step app on Ethereum from start to finish, how to build a decentralized cryptocurrency exchange, like a DeFi project. You can definitely catch this hot trend while it's still early. You can land a high-paying job, become a freelancer, build your own project. So anyways, that's all I've got. And until next time, thanks for watching Dapp University.